you know, if you want to get to know, I'm still, you know, here I am wasting my time, I guess. But no, it's a money factor, and it's very much, you know, you don't want to stress out too hard. I already, you work it out in your mind first. It's like, no, 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 I get it. There are water heater barrels or big cooking barrels. See, I'm just kind of limited in my ability to get around. You know, I'm a hermit here, and I'm not complaining, but it's like, well, this is the possibility. Make it happen in a whip snap. See, my stove back here. See, right now I ran out of propane. Here I go again, babes. I've talked about it before. It's exciting to you know to work it out. You know, it's like it's a really fulfilling feeling when you have heated your water. Now, see, the only thing I'm not doing is collecting my water from like the snow or distilling my own water. See, that's something you need to prepare for. It sounds miserable right now, but just the sound. I mean, your mind is miserable when you start doing things and working it out, and you actually accomplish it, and you get a hot shower without paying for gas or even water. And it's hot, and you're in the middle of the snow scene, and it's steaming, and somehow you know, thanks for sitting all. I didn't get any candles when I asked for candles. It's like the power was off yesterday for just a little bit towards the sunset, after sunset, and I just made candles out of, where's my candles that I made? I made them out of the leftover candles that had dripped from some years behind. I just melted them down, and I made some little candles that worked out pretty good. But people don't realize the life of discipline that I really do live. It's something that I'm living as. Just as long as I think I'm in my dream and I'm happy because I've made it here, then I don't care if people don't understand what that means. You know, when they think about it, you know, it's definitely a state. You can't just walk outside. You got to put your 3 layers of clothes on. And no, really, when you're working outside, you start stripping your clothes off, and you realize you have your own atmosphere. And you know, I'm learning so much about the nature of the mind up here for us. Part of the reason why I'm on here is just like, I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to refine, and these people, like random thoughts over there, are coming in as parasites. They're saying, Shauna, you need to get in. I know what I need to do. I have been doing this all my life. I'm 50 years old. I'm an actual live performing artist. I've done a certain thing over here like this. It's the same roughly with these kinds of things. But it's a step higher. It's not. See, I wouldn't be just playing music. I never was. I always went and displayed my ability with this underlying feeling like there's something way beyond the obvious here. And because there is. I was just a little girl. I wish I could find that. See, the people around me could care less, but it's probably in the schools, where the school had recorded me twice playing in front of the people, and I got standing ovation, and even the second time in the evening, people were stomping on the floor. I mean, it's just because right at that time, it was like in the 80s, you know, people were pulling out of the craze of the wonderful music from Led Zeppelin and all of these drunken people, saviors. And so even my teachers there, and my principal of the school, he was listening to the Talking Heads, and they were all partiers, really. And so, oh God, I'd told this story before. But, you know, it's an example that what might be happening as I'm now moving up into a level. It's like, this isn't any of your business but mine. Nobody really coached me to do what I did there, except for my dad just sat me when he was still around. He sat me on his lap when I was able to balance myself up there, 3, 2, and he was a jazz pianist. The way he played some songs was just, I just was, let alone the way his hands were fucking going, and the energy, the joy, and it was just like, I still have it. It's like, yay. And that's what you want to pass on to people. You know, what people are doing with music now is just disgraceful. As far as any kind of form of art, any form of art, what people are doing with all the forms of art is disgraceful because of the reason that it's going up there, you know. I mean, yeah, you know, I don't mean to judge people's art. I really don't. It does come from a place of pain a lot of the times, and that's the only way you can manage it. You know, you don't explain why you feel the way you do, but your art could help you a healthy way, and somebody else can see, well, what was going on, and well, a lot of life is going on, and people appreciate that, right? Music is kind of different. Oh God, I'm talking, but anyway, you can see why, right? It's not really me listening to myself. Like I said, I do listen to myself. You know, this isn't a, this is just me playing, you know, babbling brook, huh? Yeah, sure. Um, no, I shouldn't put myself down at all. Now that there's some people that will say, oh, look, there's a gap I can get into. By the way, you know, give me an email so we can figure out how to put this thing like this and like this and like this and like, you know what, get your own fucking life, please. Just like I was trying to say. So now, when I'm doing this, and to tell you the truth, I know where I am with this. I mean, I'm a live performing artist, and I ain't anywhere doing my, you know, right, doing this. Maybe I am. I mean, maybe it's just like, yeah, no, no, this is great, Shauna. Keep doing these videos in your underwear. And talk about how that, see, I ran out of propane. Why? Well, that's why I use propane. I live in the mountains. I'm one of the first homes that was built on this residence. I'm not saying I'm miserable in an old situation. No, this is a lot of people's fucking dreams I'm talking about. They're offering me, where's my card? Over there. Jim wants to buy my house right now, cash, as is. And is Jim aware that it's close to $500,000 that they are saying that my property is? Not the house. The house is splinters, as far as they're concerned. That's the truth. The land is worth 1.5 million as far as the owner is concerned. Homesteaded here and the way it is and everything, totally untouched. Really, just take the splinters out. It's one of the last empty lots here. Otherwise, I watched 35 houses being built here. I mean, you know, the last hammer was pounding just like 6 or 7 years ago, 8. Um, Lots of Airbnb crap. It's changed a lot. It's, man, the book I can write about that, the vibrational frequency that has made it up here. There's like, I want to put signs up on the highway that says, just move, just move. If you're driving at 4 and 5 in the morning off the hill to go to your job and then coming back, you don't live up here. You're part of the racket. You know, they want a vibrational frequency going, ja, 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 until it just flies off the fucking handle and says, we can't manage you anymore, and then reform you into a what? A bus. Cool. You know, that shit's coming up here, and it's funny. It's like, you can't really do that to the people who are receding back into the mountains and saying, fuck your mind, fuck your fucking imagined world. You take care of yourself here. Look at your own feet walking. Make sure you see where you're going. Nobody's going to tell you where to walk and how to do it. You got to be trail smart. You know that you're not walking in a ditch going down a water ravine that's going to lead you to a fucking 50-foot drop. You know, that's being trail smart. My family are survivalists. That's why I'm up here. The reason why, I'll wrap this up now, babes. Have respect, or maybe to get respect. Am I earning my respect? I don't know, but there's a basic respect that narcissists don't have. They don't have the animal respect to say, oh, there's that. And then treat it like a channel, like your favorite thing over there, the television set, Netflix. You know, if you see I'm coming on and you hate my guts, just turn it off. You don't have to sit there and fucking torture yourself with me. You know, and you see something good there, give a compliment, give a like, but I don't want to hear about your other fucking inability to digest or whatever you think that should happen. Get out of here. Mind your own business. Thank you, Aquarius. Getting back to trying to, you know, get something out of it. Don't walk away a loser. You know, there's no reason to do that. So getting back to how that I ran out of propane 3 days ago. It happened 3 days ago, and I also ran out of my important papers. You know, my important papers. But I have a peace pipe that I'm working on. It's all good. I'm used to that. So, but see, to get a 5-gallon, 2, if they're this certain shape and big, say 3 gallons or 4 each, man, I wouldn't have to, see, I have little pots and it takes a lot longer to get a big container of hot water. It's like scalding and then you cut it, right? And it's just a container issue right now for me. Some miscellaneous things, really, I can get the container together. One thing that happened at my washing machine spigot is when the temperature got down to 18 degrees a couple weeks ago, the darned hose, the double edged hose, even though it was shut off, it cracked. It just disintegrated. It's extreme weather up here. The house that my great grandpa built, he built a real live cabin to withstand the extremes in the mountains. I mean, it was snowing 7 to 8 feet or 15 feet back then in the 50s when he was building this place. He knew what he was doing, and you don't need to do very much, but it's like a piece of furniture that you sand and you re-oil. You don't oil the outside because it's real live redwood siding about this thick. It's redwood, as a sequoia redwood trees. It's a poisonous wood. So, well, birds are pecking it and they're starting to live in it, but rats and things will not live next to it or anything. So that got rid of, and even termites don't really do anything in there. Yeah. So getting back to I live in the mountains. I consider myself still living in the mountains. See, the reason why I'm up here and how it's happening and really how it's panning out. My great grandmother and grandpa, my great grandmother, the way she would talk, the way that my grandmother would talk and repeat the conversation that her mother would say. She said, one day her great grandmother said, my great grandma said, her mother said, my grandmother's mother said, one day water will be the price of gold. And what she kept talking about, she knew what caused the Depression. See, they went through the Depression. My grandmother was born during the Depression. Well, now I know about my grandma. Boy, she was strong as hell. She came through. Being born during the Depression, it was different as far as who her mother was. They knew what was causing it. It was the occupation. It was the turning of these crooks. They were showing their true colors. There was something just turning on the society that was helping them build, if you want to say, because these people were Freemasons. They were up to that. They were my great grandpa who built this place. This was just something he did on the side, and when I say that, I'm saying he was a master carpenter, but he did machinery. He can build the stove. He contributed to the railroad and the road making industry. He invented things anyway. They knew the troubles, and they say one day you will have to, you might need a place like this for you to hunker down. And what am I doing? Precisely that. It's just like completely working. I am so guarded and guided here. I say that with confidence now. I'm under a great attack. We all are, if you haven't noticed. The thing that I'm wondering but if you haven't noticed, there's sanctuary available for us if you can align your consciousness. See, if you're somebody who thinks, I know, I can go to Shauna's house, live for $400 a month there, but then I want to go to the casino and continue on and then the concert is at, stop! Because I'm pretty sure it's coming that an agent will be released onto the population once again that will pinch off resources that will make you know that you're not free doing that stuff. You're just unconscious and distracted, and there is something that isn't gonna really be. See, they don't want you to stabilize. They don't want you to stabilize and be realized. They want to. Whatever does cause, if it's benevolent or malevolent, doesn't matter. The people that are kind of prepared somehow, and they kind of have a sense. It's very much a spiritual thing. It's like, well, I don't really need a circus. I don't really need Christmas. I've been doing that for a long time. I don't even really need a fucking birthday. Actually, I was like, okay, I've been trying it. Past 3 years, I'm like, by the way, it's my birthday because send a candle. I live in the mountains in the Bower. Go on. Well, actually, it's getting a little tough. I couldn't go on the market. They kicked me out because I didn't want it. And it's like weird because they're still picking on me. So we're being picked on. So stop picking on people who are a little different that they're not going to comply, whatever. That's not even our business. In Aquarius, we were fucking so way over that. Now it's just like, brace yourself, babes. They are already causing chemical toxic soup in the US of A with their train barrels. And that is like a wicked Scooby-Doo fucking thing. Scooby-Doo the cartoon was all about you're chasing these ghosts around. Some of them, a lot of them. I remember these particular interesting episodes where these ghosts were causing environmental damage. The waters would all of a sudden start turning green and slicking with oil, and it just kept happening and this just showing up with the stuff, and then they would finally catch up with this goblin, this ghost that was doing these things, and they would take off the mask, and it was this guy in a necktie and a suit, and it's like, I don't think it was like Senator Charles, you? That would be the end, or something like that, council, some. So those were the interesting Scooby-Doo episodes, and I used to watch those, and it's like it's coming now. You can see it, just don't project that situation. But I think Jesus was here to try to warn us. It's like, by the way, and this is not our world. This is not our world. You should be lucky that the illusion of death is here. You should be happy that it's here. I'm trying to tell you it's here, but I'm telling you that it's not here. That's what that scientist was trying to say. It's like, by the way, you guys are being fucking controlled by that illusion, and I am here to sacrifice to tell you bullshit. And I'm going to come up again.